Web, wer hat 2 Daumen und vergessen, die andere Audiospur aufzunehmen? Haha, me! Also viel Spaß mit der Zusammenfassung. Shika und Nami haben ein kurzes Heart-to-Heart darüber, wie viel sich doch alle gegenseitig bedeuten, als plötzlich Thespian Legs! Daraufhin sucht Shika Kotori auf, denkt ein wenig darüber nach, wie das Leben alle aussehen wird, wenn sie das Bounty eingesammelt haben, und Kotori zeigt, wie zuversichtlich sie sein kann. Shika und Nami reden ein wenig über Akane, als plötzlich magischer Space Goo, ich meine natürlich Masaso Gel, Nami attackiert. Möglich gemacht wird es wie alles in dieser Welt durch ein kurzes Strategie-Meeting später und die Gang findet heraus, dass Akane sich Zugang zu einem alten Wartungsschacht verschafft hat. Daraufhin gratuliert Akane alle für ihre Detektivarbeit, bevor sie Kotori mit ihrer Peitsche angreift. Es wird erneut besprochen, warum Akane so besessen von der Crew ist. Nami trainiert im Simulationsraum und die beiden überlegen, wie sie Akane eine Falle stellen können. Am Ende schaffen es die drei, Akanes Confession aufzunehmen. Shika zieht sich in ihr Zimmer zurück, als plötzlich erneut Thespian Legs! Am Ende wird wieder darüber geredet, was man mit Akanes Bounty anstellen würde. Fun Fact, das Spiel hat uns mehrfach outgecallt, dass wir dumme Entscheidungen treffen. Naja, viel Spaß mit dem Rest des Spiels. It's gotten fairly late now. The hours have passed by at a snail's pace. I can't bring myself to sleep, however. Akane must have something extravagant planned for us next. Nah, it's probably fine. It's probably fine for now. She was still hit by that stunning round and took a few blows from Nami's blade. That would mean that she's out of commission for a little while at least. Maybe I could get some sleep. Then again, wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity to strike? While she wouldn't do anything, she could quickly send out more rounds. She's proven that she has abundant resources. So no, I cannot relax just yet. Wisdom would dictate that now is the time where I definitely cannot relax. Akane knows exactly how we think, so our only solution is to do things which she wouldn't first expect us to do. So for now, I'm going to take a long walk and make sure that there's nothing amiss in the halls of our quarters.
Is it really necessary for you to patrol the halls yourself?
We cannot afford to take any risks. If a single thing looks out of place, I do not want to miss it. Akane probably still has access to the maintenance shafts, so she could easily burst through the roof of anywhere else. And I cannot sleep anyway. Too much coffee in my blood, so I might as well do something useful, don't you think?
But it would be wise for you to get some rest. I can raise the alarm if anything unusual happens.
I can rest when this is over. We don't know when she's going to attack. It's not that I do not trust our AI. You shouldn't though.
It didn't detect anything at the first.
You can trust me.
The first time, so.
So, unironisch. Ich habe das Gefühl, Akane messt mit der AI irgendwie rum.
Ja.
Maybe Akane is the AI.
Oh mein Gott.
Also ich würde es ins Spiel nicht vornehmen. So. Ich traue ihr das zu. It's not that I do not trust our AI, but a machine is fallible, no matter how intelligent it is. Akane would know that too.
Even so, there's only so much that you can do alone.
I am the captain of this company, and I will ensure their safety. If that means that I have to lose a bit of sleep over it, then so be it. The AI becomes silent. It's then that I see my 2 crew members approaching me.
Hey, Captain!
Captain?
Is something the matter, you two?
Have a look at this!
Kotori is waving a digital pad in front of my face.
Akane sent us a message.
A message? What kind of message?
Just have a look for yourself.
She shoves the pad into my hands. A pre-recorded video begins playing before me.
Hey. Sorry.
Hey!
Hey, hello
Hey
there.
there.
Hey, it's nice to see all of you again.
Akane is spread out on the floor, her whip in one hand.
I would have delivered this message personally, but after what happened last time, it would be best to be a bit more cautious, don't you think? I really am tired after you hit me with that stunning round, Captain. Nami really managed to wear me out too. I suppose I should be angry at myself for being fooled by your trick. But if anything, I'm really excited.
She has the same look of glee on her face that she did before.
I'm sure that you've already guessed that I know about Kotori recording me confessing. That does put me in a rather tricky situation, so it looks like I have my back to the wall, cornered like a wounded beast. But remember, it's when a beast is cornered that it's most dangerous.
She begins to slide her whip slowly down the center of her chest.
I didn't want it to end so suddenly. Anyway, this little game has to play out a bit longer yet. Even though you have that footage, you won't release it until you either capture me or I leave this ship. After all, you wouldn't want somebody else to snatch your bounty, would you?
Once again, she's proving to be sharp. She has pieced together our intentions.
So, there's only a few ways this can end. I can't guess which way it will be. I knew that my idols wouldn't disappoint me. It's only been a short time, but I've had so much fun.
She seductively licks one of her fingers.
Believe me, we're all going to have a lot more fun together before this is over. I'm going to make sure of it. So, don't get too comfortable in that little fortress of yours. Any egg can be cracked open if you know how to. With that said, I'm going to take a nap and sleep off this stunning round.
She puts her finger on her lip and then puts them toward us, blowing a kiss to the camera.
See you all very soon. I hope you all enjoy it. I know I'm going to. Every single moment of it.
With that, the digital pad goes silent. Kotori is quivering with rage.
Damn it. The worst thing is that she's right. I want to fight her already. The suspense is killing me.
She's practically growling to herself.
Never have I met a bounty who was so annoying.
Even though I have had the upper hand, it seems like the game isn't over yet.
Do not concern yourself with her taunting. She hasn't told us anything that we don't already know. Kotori is having none of it, however.
We can't just keep ignoring these insults.
We have to, Kotori. I know how you feel about it, but if you allow her to do this to you... Nami nods in agreement.
Do not worry about it, Kotori. She will not be able to fool us if we keep our heads clear.
Exactly. If you let yourself fall to her taunts, she's going to trap you again and again.
Just knowing that makes me even angrier. She still has the gall to taunt us, even though we managed to catch her with our trap before.
Kotori grits her teeth, but she regains her composure.
No, I'm not going to let her win.
Nami just looks at it blankly.
You cannot just sleep off a stunning round. It will be a day or two before she can move unhindered again.
So you can, in fact, sleep it off. Both of them look to me.
What do we do now?
For now, we wait. If we don't hear from her again within the next 3 days, we should presume that she has fled. I doubt that she's going to leave, however. Her pride has been wounded, and we have hard evidence of her confession. She has plenty of reason to stay, so we will wait for her to make her move. Until then, we can only stay on alert. Kotori, hold onto that digital pad and see if she sends any more messages. Let's do our best, everyone.
Acknowledged, Captain.
Knowledge, Captain. Got it.
The two of them quickly leave. If she's sending messages by digital means, then we can no longer rely on playing off her ego. That is a pity, but I suppose it cannot be helped. Even someone like her learns not to put their finger on a hot iron after getting burned. The meeting room seems to be a place where I can collect my thoughts. Another cheap cup of coffee helps too. I will never sleep again. As I take a deep sip from the cup, the caffeine seems to cut through the clouds around my mind. There's so much to consider. So much that I have to plan for. The hours seem to be passing as slowly as my thoughts swirl around my head. Here I am, just waiting for anything to happen. The anticipation in the air could be cut with a knife.
Captain, will you be getting any rest soon? As a reminder, I did suggest this to you an hour ago, and you have not had any rest since then. Akane still has some time before she fully recovers from her stun round.
I really do get tired of the AI playing as my nanny. I know. But just because she isn't fully mobile doesn't mean she isn't a threat. When we first met, she deployed a small army of attack drones. I don't know where she got them from, but I can't rule out her using drones or robots to soften our defenses first. Or maybe she will use the maintenance shafts again.
It is possible for her to use that, correct. But I can alert you as soon as something unusual appears. Your optimal health is my priority, Captain.
Just leave me to my thoughts for a moment.
Acknowledged.
The AI goes silent again. I rub the sleep out of my eyes, trying my best to stay alert. Maybe it's right. If I'm going to be that tired by the time Akane finally makes a move, then what's the point? Surely she's going to need to sleep at some time as well. Then again, she's not from around here. Her body clock is probably adjusted to an entirely different schedule to mine. I pull out my digital pad, getting ready to put down some thoughts. There are many number of techniques that Akane could employ to trick or disable our AI. She could cut our power. It would take a few seconds for the emergency power to come online, which could be plenty of time for her to slip in. Motion sensors, cameras, heat sensors. She isn't stupid. She would find a way to avoid all of these things. The ventilation system is also another place she could strike from, despite additional security measures. I guess I won't know what she's going to do until she does it. That is the most frustrating thing about all of this. Perhaps it would be better to take some time to rest and get my wits back. I'm going to be a nervous wreck if I keep doing this to myself. And what good would a nervous wreck be at the time Akane makes her move?
Captain, may I suggest a sleepover? Captain, there appears to be an intruder in Nami's room.
Akane! With no hesitation, I immediately bolt out of the room.
Ben, this is no Kotori.
Yeah. Bypass the security protocols on her door. I need to get in there.
As you wish.
Nami, what is...
Yes!
Holy yes!
Oh my. I'm not really sure what I just stumbled into. Kotori stands there, locking lips with her. For a little while, everything seems to go deathly quiet. Nami's eyes are wide with shock, the sheer surprise plainly visible on her face. Kotori pulls back.
Your lips are so soft, Nami.
Are they?
Yep. I could kiss you all day. And maybe even a little longer than that.
Kotori glances at me, recognizing my presence.
Nice to see you, Captain. What are you doing here?
The AI said there was an intruder in Nami's room.
Yep, I sneaked in here. I said I would extract my prize after all. Don't think you're going to get away with making me hold the camera, Nami.
Kotori, this isn't a good time. Really not a good time. What about a cane?
Despite this entire absurd scene, there's something strangely cute about Nami when she's acting like this. Usually so cool and focused, she seems to become like an awkward teenage girl.
Stop being so shy. I'm not here to judge. You're just so cute, Nami.
You too.
Nami's awkwardness is at its peak. She just stands there, unsure of what she should do. Yet, she doesn't make any move to stop Kotori. Kotori's arm is tightly wound around her waist, making sure that she can't get away from her lips.
The Captain already paid your price, so now you have to as well.
Bin mir immer noch nicht unsicher, ob ich das Spiel zutrauen würde, dass es einfach Akane ist, welche sich als Kotori verkleidet hat.
Ich hätte auch zwischendurch überlegt.
Na, ich glaube, das ist on brand für Kotori.
Ja. Ich will es aber nur einmal auf Protokoll haben, dass, wenn dies der Fall ist, ich hab's gecallt.
Ja, aber ich hatte auch irgendwie bei der vorherigen Aufnahme, die jetzt keine Aufnahme ist, das mir auch kurz gedacht, aber ja, Kotori halt, ne?
Kotori relocks lips with her eagerly. They stay that way for the longest time, with Kotori not letting Nami get away. Nami pulls away from Kotori's lips with considerable effort.
You're making the captain worry, Kotori. Can we do this later?
Oh, so you're admitting that you would like to do this. I am so lucky. We're going to have so much fun together, Nami.
Yes, we will have fun.
That's right.
Kotori gives her one more small peck on the cheek.
Now then, you've paid your debt. For now, I had better get to have a fight with Akane, or I'm going to get both of you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Next time, don't sneak into Nami's room when you're on high alert.
Got it, Captain.
Satisfied, Kotori leaves Nami's bedroom. After Nami gets her suit back on, she just awkwardly sits on her bed.
It's embarrassing to be seen like that.
Ist gerade die ganze Color Balance einfach off.
Ja, die ist ein bisschen anders. Not a good time. Not a good time at all.
Then let's just pretend I didn't see that. That would be for the best, in all honesty. Honestly, I got an alert that there was an intruder in your room, but I couldn't have known it would be Kotori.
I didn't know what was happening.
Nami, please pull yourself together.
Right, I'm sorry. I just need a moment.
She regains a bit of her composure. If there's another alert like that in any room, we shouldn't ignore it. Akane could potentially exploit it.
Yes, you're right.
Nami touches her lips. She just gets a flushed expression on her face again. I just shake my head. I think that you are going to have to overcome your awkwardness one day, Nami. I might not always be around to do all of that talking for you when it needs to be done.
You know me, Captain.
She slowly trails one finger down the window next to her bed.
I enjoy my alone time. When it's not about work, I just can't focus.
She is just so painfully shy. The polar opposite of Kotori.
How does Kotori have so much confidence, Captain? She knew we were on high alert and yet She's still...
It's like what you said. It's just how she is. I know that it's hard to deal with, but you will just have to accept it one day. Besides, there's a certain charm to your awkwardness, Nami.
Do you really think so? I don't really see, logically speaking, how it would.
She starts stammering. I'm surprised at how cute she is when she acts like this. It's alright, you know. Take a deep breath. She does so, calming herself down a bit.
Right. My apologies, Captain. I lost my composure there.
Well, considering that Kotori just invited herself into your room, that would take anyone by surprise.
Yes, it would. Captain?
Yes, Nami?
Let's change the topic. I've been looking further into our bounty.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that I've been trying to find out who exactly placed this bounty in the first place. With what available evidence we have, I've not seen anything which warrants her having a price like this on her head. Not to mention that the bounty specifically requested that she be brought in alive. What do you make of that, exactly?
It's hard to say, Nami. There are any number of reasons why. Maybe it's someone with a grudge, or maybe she's important.
I think she's important.
If you say so, Nami. The petty crimes she has conducted doesn't warrant having such a high bounty, so I can only imagine that she's someone important to the person setting the bounty.
Important to them? In what way?
I do not know, but whoever they are, they seem not to care about how much money they have to spend to bring her to them. There could be other motives, but none of them seem fitting for this. We have seen that she has access to incredible resources, so I can only imagine that she has wealth to burn as well.
So you think that whoever placed the bounty is a benefactor of hers? Or something along those lines?
Potentially. They value her enough to place the largest bounty ever in the entire galaxy, and with that much wealth, you would surely be in a position of power. So maybe she's a runaway or something like that.
It does seem to add up. A wealthy board member of one rich family or another?
Nami nods.
While we cannot confirm it right now, I think that we might be onto something. Despite how much trouble she has been causing us, I do want to find out the reason behind all of this. Kotori would probably be more interested in the 1 billion than the mystery, though.
She will cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, our main concern should be what we should do when she finally attacks.
Of course. Can we talk later, Captain?
As you wish. Please inform me if you see anything unusual.
I will, Captain.
So it was just a false alarm. Although I questioned Kotori's timing, I'm relieved that it wasn't an attack. You're always at your most vulnerable in familiar settings. I do not know if Nami keeps her weapons in her room. This also means that our AI is vigilant enough to be able to detect any unusual movement. Perhaps I can rely on it for now. Akane still has time before she recovers, so that also gives me some time to relax. Back to brooding by myself, I suppose. The hours continue to drag along. No matter how much I glance at the clock, they do not seem to move any faster. They say a watched kettle never boils. I am inclined to believe it. Now then, I need to start thinking through my plans. When Akane attacks, I need to be prepared. Just sitting here and waiting for something to happen isn't the correct way to approach it at all. First, I need to determine at what possible point she could strike from. The most obvious place would be the front door, but because it's the most obvious place she would strike from, would she choose that? I'd better not linger on that for too long. Second is the ventilation system. Not without its hazards, and we could easily trap wherever the vents intersect. The only drones you could send through it would be fairly small. Even for someone of Akane's slim frame, it would be too hard to squeeze through. She has a good idea of what I'm thinking, so I think I will trap the vents anyway. The maintenance shafts are also going to be a problem. She could easily launch an attack from there. I hope that engineer we spoke to has raised some complaints. I might have to contact him and ensure that nothing unusual has happened around there lately. But how can I contact him? I can't really leave our quarters right now. Well, that must mean that the maintenance shafts are going to be her ideal way to attack. But where else could she come from? There's only one other place she could attack from, the outside of the ship. We have some windows that she could go through. At the same time, I have to remember that she's not trying to kill us. Wie genau kommt man durch ein Fenster, welches mit dem Space verbunden ist? Ich meine, ich nehme mal an, man kann sie nicht einfach so auf Kips stellen.
Wenn du die ganze Luft raushaben möchtest.
Spaceschiff.
Stoßlüften ist Stoßlüften. Auch im Weltall. Doing something that would potentially endanger us like that would be going too far, even for her. At the same time, I need to keep it in mind as a possibility. If I overlook any details and endanger my crew, what right do I have to be a captain? Now then, I will position drones here, here and here. Stunning round versus organic targets. EMP round for inorganic targets. I will set up some scuttlebots to patrol the vents and ensure that there isn't anything unusual. And the finest stroke to our defense will be my secret weapon. A mod on my pistol which not even Kotori or Nami know about. It's bound to take Akane by surprise. I'm sure of it. Maybe I should head over to the simulation room and see if it's not being used. When I enter the room, I find that it's empty. Kotori and Nami must be in their rooms right now. That's fine by me. I need some practice. Simulate firing range.
Before you simulate anything, Captain, might I make a suggestion?
Go on.
I believe that I have collected enough footage of Akane to do a simulation of her. It will only be a rough estimate, but it would probably be a good way to prepare yourself for her attack.
Ich will jetzt nicht die Person sein, welche
Ja.
Plotholes hinterfragt, aber woher hat die AI das Footage? War das ganze Ding nicht, dass wir einen mega Umweg gehen mussten, damit wir das überhaupt bekommen? Ja, wir hinterfragen die AI nicht.
Also wir haben zumindest die Confession haben wir zumindest aufgenommen, also...
Ja, die sagt sehr viel über ihren Fighting-Style aus, die Confession.
Could you play that footage back to me? Simulate a 3D image of it.
As you wish.
The footage plays out before me. Akane moves incredibly fast. It's the first and most obvious thing about her. Slow down. As the footage slows down, I can get an impression of how Akane moves. I see. We don't see anything.
Using this footage here, and the few security camera reels of her on those planets, I believe I can create a digital simulation of her.
Why don't you show me? Sure enough, a digital copy of Akane appears before me. It quietly stands to rigid attention, waiting for the next input. Despite myself, I'm disturbed by its silence. I suppose I'm too used to hearing Akane constantly whenever she shows her face. Pistol configuration. Stun. Begin combat simulation. Before I can even blink, the simulation bolts at me. I let off a few shots, but it nimbly evades them. With her closing the distance so quickly, I have no choice but to retreat backwards. Firing over my shoulder, I make sure not to stop moving. Her whip is insanely fast. Much to my dismay, I feel something wrap around my leg. Simulation stops then and returns to its rigid stance.
Simulation over. You did not manage to land any hits on her.
As I thought, Akane is the worst possible opponent for me. My main advantage is my pistol. With that, I can usually put a significant distance between me and my opponents. But Akane has significantly less distance he has to close as he wants to snare me with her whip. I'm sure that if she's going to single anyone out, it's going to be me next. She said so much when we last met, so I need to think of a solution to this. What can I do to stop her from getting within her ideal range? Perhaps I should try out a secret configuration. No, not yet. I need to try out other solutions first. Run the simulation again.
As you wish.
Configuration. Buckshot. This will essentially turn my pistol into a shotgun. The spray of pellets would be wide enough to be able to hit her. She's still as fast as ever. I suddenly turn around and open fire. In the time that I turn around, she's already in my face. The whip wraps around my torso, making me drop my pistol.
Simulation over.
She's just too damn fast. I need to stay moving then. I cannot get a clear shot while I'm doing that, however. To hit a target like Akane will require an aimed shot. Unless... Damn it all. Run it one more time. I turn on the secret configuration.
Running simulation. A most impressive performance, Captain. I have never seen you use that pistol configuration.
Please do not tell anyone about it. Delete any memory of it from your hard drives.
Acknowledged.
Good. I don't want anyone to know about this configuration. Akane won't see it coming. Although what I beat was merely a simulation and could not possibly represent the real thing, I feel a bit more confident that I will be able to go toe-to-toe with her. It's then that the alarm starts sounding.
I have detected a fourth person present in our quarters. Drones are currently being dispatched to the location.
Where's the intrusion?
It appears to be coming from your room, Captain.
My room? How could it be? Und an dieser Stelle beenden wir die Folge.
Acknowledged.
Auch eine Folge noch. Eine Folge. Mama, bitte. Ein Level noch.
Also es würde Sinn machen mit einer Szene, aber wir wollen ja natürlich den Cliffhanger beibehalten.
Cliffhanger, aber...
That's a banger.
Deutscher Versprecher fast, ne?
So.
Ready for some action?
Nami, you said we could do
yes.
it later.
I think we're doing it right now.
You never denied it. You could have said no, but you didn't.
Yes, Kotori.
So, we're gonna have some fun right now.
Mm-hmm.
Very romantic and erotic, and I'm turned on right now. Totally.
Yes, me too. I'm dripping dripping wet.
I was wet 2 times a day.
Oh, ich nur einmal.
Ta,
Wobei, ich habe geduscht, also wenn das zählt, ja, doch auch.
do it. If you do that, I will let you touch me.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, bye bye. Tschüss.